That's me.
And that's me.
Together, we are about to take a week-long adventure road trip across Europe.
We're going to travel 1,500 miles by foot,
Train
car,
and boat,
across 4 countries.
all to get our hands on a very special car.
Please join us for this episode. When we last left you, we were on the ferry to Dunkirk.
That is just a massive seawall. The premium lounge is worth the money.
And 2 hours later, we land in France. Where are we?
Oh, we're just about to land in Dunkirk, France. That over there is the port of Dunkirk.
So we're back in France.
We're in France now for a little short bit. We're staying in France tonight, and then tomorrow on into Belgium and on word from there to home. Probably stop in Brussels or Luxembourg for lunch.
It's gonna be a long day of driving tomorrow.
Long day of driving. Got about 5.5 hours of driving, but it's all of those like strange roads that could be 5.5 hours. It could be 7.5 hours. Depends on what's going on around the cities and what kind of road construction and diversions we're gonna run into. Yay. There's the cargo deck. And this is the actual port facility. I'll get a good view of it because of the glare on the glass. Entryway.
France!
And we're just about in France when we get to the bridge.
I think we're in France, isn't it? What's the distance from the shore?
Yeah. Oh, okay, here we go. Mario Kart.
Bye, fairy. Don't watch me.
I'm watching.
Oh my god, you're killing me, Smalls.
Am I looking at you? No, I'm not looking at
You
you.
totally look towards the ferry.
Yes, I looked at the ferry.
Bye, fairy. You were very nice. We will probably take you again. It was dark out, but this is the hotel. The Villa Perroy.
Early the next morning, this is the view from our hotel window. Early morning, pre-dawn French village of Dunkirk. It's pretty.
The sun did eventually rise, and we got to have a look at the garden and the rest of the village.
Okay, so last night we stayed in a Airbnb in a house that was built in the 1870s. And so you have to go out of your room to the bathroom down the hall. The only thing is that in the middle of the night, when you have to go, you come into the hall and you see this monstrosity, and it will scare the bejeebus out of you. Say hello, demon dog, who scared the crap out of me in the middle of the night, looking right at my door.
Hello everybody. I like to make people pee themselves.
This dog scared the hell out of Jeremy in the middle of the night. We have to get home today, so we are just going to head downstairs, grab some breakfast, and hit the road for serious mileage. There's a noticeable difference between the English and the French breakfasts.
Yeah, they call it the small plate, which means no food till noon.
Oh, I like pastries. Says you.
I don't like pastries for breakfast.
I'm sorry you're wrong. I'm sorry we're now in the land of what I like and not what you like.
That's okay. Little give, little take.
All right, I'm going to do a poll here. Would you rather eat this or would you rather eat this? I know which one I'd vote for. Thanks a lot, Villa Paroy. You were great.
It's a nice place to visit, and I highly recommend it. Before we left Dunkirk completely, I thought it would be appropriate to go have a look at the beach. And yep, this is the place. I wish I'd had more time to spend there.
It's a bit gray out, but that can't be helped. And that's enough stalling. We have hours and hours of driving to do, so onward to Bruges.
There really is a lot of gorgeous country to see here in Belgium. I can't wait to get back up here in the spring or summer to have a better look.
The little Skoda radio, I think it takes a code. I think you press the button to turn it on, and it says safe, and then it says 3, and then it doesn't do anything else. I don't know how to fix it.
We'll just have to talk to each other
No.
for 5 hours.
God forbid we'd have to talk for 5 hours.
Dude, I've been talking to you for like 28 years. I'm sick of talking to you. You got nothing to say. I heard about the time.
I heard about the time. Oh, this is love, folks. This is love. I probably grab some still frames from it too. Did we pass Bruges? I think we passed Bruges.
I'm just staying on, I'm just staying on the E40 until I have to pee. Or my leg cramps up and I can't drive anymore because not having cruise control sucks.
I second that.
Hey everybody, we're at a station stop here in the Dutch speaking part of Belgium, but this applies to all of the EU. If you're traveling anywhere, make sure you have Euro coins in your pocket, because everywhere you stop, you're gonna find out you have to pay to use the bathroom. You can't just pee for free. There's no such thing. Make sure you got them Euro coins. No lie.
After the road food we picked up at the gas station, it's back on the highway for a long stretch of driving, non-stop all the way back home.
Driving my car all day long.
Do you want me to sing the song?
Sing the song.
Oh my god. Driving my car all day long. Down the road. Felicia's not ready. I love highways with proper on and off ramps and not a million roundabouts. Thank you, Belgium.
Yay! Belgian roads.
F1 racing. Ooh, another reason to come back here.
I'm not going to do the F1 racing line because that would be silly for me to say. Because I don't care about F1 racing. That sign means we are in Germany now. We're in Germany now. Again. As we tick down the last few miles to home, let's take a minute to review all the crazy things we've seen on this trip.
After walking, several trains, and a cab,
We arrived in Paris and checked into a lovely hotel with an unfortunate location.
After a ride through the Channel and on the local train where we were served excellent tea, we arrived at Sherwood Restorations,
where I got to first see my new car. I am delighted with it.
Sherwood Forest might be the mythical home of Robin Hood, but it's the real home of the major oak tree, a tree that has lived 1,000 years.
Rufford Abbey has beautiful gardens,
Some lovely statuary, a kid's playground, fascinating history,
and one disturbing statue. Ravenscroft Bed and Breakfast is a wonderful place to stay.
plus the full English should not be missed.
There's Robin Hood everywhere you look.
This is Nottingham Castle,
It's not actually a castle,
but it is a very nice art museum now.
and it still has Mortimer's Hole. It's well worth the trip.
Queen Isabella didn't like her husband King Edward II very much.
But she did like this Mortimer guy.
King Edward III didn't like either of them.
I can confirm that Dilly's Squat Farm is a real place
They serve a decent lunch there,
and sell produce that they grow in the backyard. The Figaro shop has every part you could ever want for the cutest car ever made, and they are very helpful people.
If you are in Reading, stay at the Beach House Hotel. It's quite a nice place.
Leeds Castle,
The Queen's Castle is the loveliest castle in the world,
and we owe its survival to Olive Lady Bailey.
who bought and restored it. I could not get over how gorgeous the place is.
The art is fantastic. The grounds are wide and open.
The history is fascinating,
It's got a proper moat.
and you can tell Lady Bailey spared no expense on restoring and updating the castle to the state you see today.
I had never thought of the idea of collecting dog collars, but somebody obviously did. Enough to actually open a museum of them.
If the weather is nice, the Dover-Dunkirk ferry is an excellent and relaxing way to get from one to the other. Villa Paroy is a nice bed and breakfast.
Except for the dog. I wish I'd had more time to spend there. As we gaze upon the wonderful countryside, I want to thank the 3 train systems, 2 repair shops, and 1 ferry that made this trip possible. I also want to thank my wife for her patience and chipper attitude during this entire project, from buying a car sight unseen.
We're gonna go pick up a car that my silly husband bought in the UK. Sight unseen off the internet.
Going on the crazy trip, helping to record voiceover, and giving me editing advice. I'm the kind of guy who will read every plaque in the museum. You have Taylor to thank for the relative brevity of these videos. My director's cut would have been more than long-winded. And I want to thank all of you for following along on the journey with us.
Looks like you got a new car.
I did get a new car. Isn't it the yellowest thing you ever saw? It's so yellow.
So yellowy.
It's so yellowy. Come on, I'll tell you all about it.
This isn't the end of our adventures with the Felicia.
Keep an eye out for what we get up to next in our bright yellow oddity.
And we have arrived just in time for the end credits.
And we arrived just in time for the end credits. And scene. Oh, get this thing done. Oh.
I need a real microphone.